Yeah, what's going on? Hey. What is going on tonight here in this social media land that we're in? Look, there's nothing more important right now than the Dallas Cowboys. It's what the world is talking about. Hey, y'all. Look, I'm sorry. I don't mean to, you know, start it like that, but I mean, there's no other way to start. Uh, Podbean, what is going on? What's going on, everybody? Listen, welcome to the Big Time Show podcast, little small preview show here. Hey, what's up, E Kush? I see you, man. What's going on? Listen, we're not going to be long. It's just a small preview as you come in tonight. Hello to everybody that may be popping in. I'm just talking tonight, setting you up for tomorrow. My show that will be airing on tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. live here on Facebook, live here on YouTube, live here on Twitch, Twitter, um, something else. Instagram. I'm on Instagram right now. I'm on Instagram right now. For those that do not know, I'm trying to build that up. So if you have an Instagram account, you can also see me live on Instagram. Real simple. Search for at the Big Time Show. Most of you already know my personal page, but I've started another page. I actually already had it, just hadn't been going live on there. I am there right now. If you have an Instagram account, you can go to at the Big Time Show, and you can join in there. And listen, if you want to watch wherever you're watching me from now, it's fine. Why don't you just follow my page on Instagram as well? That way you can stay connected. Uh, what I done learned is so far is that you just about need a whole bunch of platforms because, especially because of Facebook. Facebook has turned into a very sensitive channel. No doubt about it. Facebook has turned into a very sensitive channel. You can almost get kicked off of Facebook for just sneezing too hard. That's that's how it is. So I'm everywhere now. So just in case somebody pulled the okey doke on me on here for whatever reason, because let's just be real. If you've been with me for a while, I say some controversial things sports wise. But I am also, as you know, I am a preacher. And sometimes preachers have to take on some hard um, topics that the world doesn't agree with. And it is what it is. So just in case, I'm taking my show everywhere. So just in case, I'll be able to at least stay on. That's why you need to stay connected with me on all platforms. You just never know. YouTube, most of you have already signed up for my YouTube. I guess while I'm talking, I might as well do this before I get to the cowboy stuff. Listen, I'm going to put this up, write it down or memorize it, go back and look at the show, this show here, write it down, go to these spots here and just and start to follow and subscribe to it. There it is, my Twitter account at Big Time Lou. If you're not following me on Twitter, there it is. Why don't you do that? You can see me live on Twitter, like right now. I'm there right now. YouTube, there it is, the Big Time Show. On Twitch, there it is, Big Time _73. A little bit different, but Big Time _73. Big Time _73. As I just told you before, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's simple, at the Big Time Show. At the Big Time Show, follow it. I am there live right now. I'm looking at it right now. Nobody's joined on because I really hadn't, pumped that show up, but I'm going to do that. See if we can get, a lot of people don't like Facebook; they like Instagram. All right, I got all that out the way. Listen, what is this? All this chat going on. What is it? E-Kush? What did you say, E-Kush? Arizona upgraded. Wonder if we will too. No. I can answer that real quick. You know that, E-Kush. You know good and well we are not upgrading. Uh, we don't do that. Stephen Jones does not do that. I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about Ertz going to Arizona. That's a big time move. That is a great addition to Arizona, and it very well could be the difference between them winning a couple more games. They're stacking. They know they feel like they got a shot at this year, and they're going for it. Uh, the philosophy for most teams is that when there's a good, real good player there, they'll go after him. Um, Dallas Cowboys system, as we all know, uh, you know, is we do things the bargain way. We already know that, so ain't no sense of even thinking about upgrading. The upgrades will come from within. Like when some of these guys come back, that's our mentality. If you listen to Stephen Jones today, and you hearing it a little bit more frequently. Uh, Kevin Joseph, appreciate it. E-Kush, there it is on Twitch. There you go. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. There's on Twitch. Since E-Kush just did that, let me put up for those that you ought to do the same. If you're on Twitch, just follow me there. Also, let me put this up since my brother just did that. Maybe some of you want to switch and go there. There's my Twitter. There's my YouTube. You can find that there. And then on Instagram, it's real simple, y'all. On Instagram, it's at the Big Time Show. That's all you got to do. You'll see one of my logos there, and you can roll on and join there. Uh, the Cowboys believe, obviously, that the upgrades are coming from within. Uh, Boss Man Fat, DeMarcus Lawrence, um, Donovan Wilson, Michael Gallup. Um, they think that's all in there. And to be honest with you, it very well may be. I can't argue with it. You just can't. So the Cowboys don't believe in that. They don't believe in going to get no big names. If they are big names, they a little bit over the hill and all that kind of stuff. Okay, what about the rumor about Joe Hayden coming to the Cowboys from the Steelers? Exactly what you said, Mr. Evans. It's just a rumor. I don't believe it. If that's what you're asking me, I don't believe it because um, we just don't do that. Joe is not the same guy either. Joe is just a name. It's kind of like Alden Smith was. Alden Smith was a name, but he's not that guy. He wasn't that guy anymore, and I don't think Joe is either. It may be a little bit too many injuries that Joe have had. Hey, Miss Ty on Pod I don't know, uh, if he's that. I don't think he's that guy. He's just too injured. And quiet as a kept, y'all. Look, I'll be the first to say it. I'll be the first to say it. And not that I trust him, but when you look at the stats and the breakdowns and all that, I'm finna say something y'all sure ain't gonna like. Matter of fact, I don't like it. Kevin Cobb, my brother, I need to call you. What's up, man? Uh, you doing all right? Just say yes. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all excuse me while I talk to my brother. You all right, man? I'm gonna call you probably once I get off this. You all right, man? I'm waiting on your answer before I move. He ain't said nothing. Well, I can't see it yet. There he is. I see you. All right. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Hayden is not that guy anymore. I don't even want him. But here's my thing, y'all. I know y'all ain't gonna like it if you're a Cowboy fan, but let's have a moment of truth right here, okay? Let's have a moment of truth. I don't like what I'm about to say, but I have to say it. Check it out. Um, Hey, Chris, my food, my guy on there, Chris. What's up, man? Anthony Brown is playing pretty good, y'all. I know. Look, before y'all throw something at the computer or your phone, Anthony Brown ain't stat wise. He's not playing that. He's not. I hate to say it. He's not. I'm waiting for the comments because I know everybody want to throw something at me now. I know y'all do. I'm not a fan. Excuse me. I'm not a fan of Anthony Brown either. I'm not. But I got to give him credit when it's due. Anthony Brown is that's and the reason why I'm saying is because of the question that was asked about Joe Hayden coming. Well, they got to figure out. They got to figure out uh, where Boss Man Fat is going to fit into this. You don't want to cloud the room. You don't want to cloud the room with another guy when you're still trying to figure out where Boss Man and Nashawn Wright fit into this equation. You don't want to bring Joe Hayden. I mean, is he an upgrade? Really? I don't think so. He's injury prone. He really is. He's really injury prone. I don't. We already trying to hold on to Mr. Hooker to make sure that he can survive. I love the game plan that they're doing with him. They're not putting the full load on him. They're not. They're giving him the right number of plays in the hopes that he just won't hurt himself. It's just that simple. So we don't need Joe Hayden. We need to figure out what Boss Man Fat fit into this. We need to find out if he's better than Anthony Brown. We need to find out, how good is he. We need to find out all that kind of stuff. So no, we don't need Hayden. That's just my opinion. You may think we do, but I don't. All right. What else? What else now? Tomorrow, of course, on the show, we're talking strictly about the New England Patriots and what we have to do. That's what we're gonna talk about. So I need your ideas. I guarantee you, we all gonna pretty much be on the same page, talking about what we have to do about the New England Patriots. He could say, "What's up with Tyron's neck? If we lose him, that could cost us some games." Well, I got some good news for you, E. Kush. Stephen Jones. Some of you guys need to go and listen to Stephen Jones today on 105.3 The Fan, his interview with the guys there in Dallas. Tyron Smith and and Mr. Diggs will be playing on Sunday. That came out of Stephen Jones' mouth on today. So we'll have Tyron Smith. Now, here's the thing about Tyron Smith that we all should know by now. It really shouldn't be a surprise. Tyron Smith is, what have we said since the off season? And Tyron Smith came back looking like a god, looked like he was chiseled. And he said he had the surgery, and he said that he's pain free and all that kind of stuff. But what the last few years have shown, it's not a matter of if Tyron Smith is going to get hurt. It's just a matter of when. So when it comes to Tyron Smith, enjoy whatever weeks you get out of him. Get out of him. That's the way I feel about it. He just, if you've had, here's the truth of the matter. If you've had any type of surgeries towards your neck or your back, and I'm a witness to the back part, the multiple surgeries I've had on my back, you're not the same. It's just a slow breakdown. Once you start having surgeries on your neck, surgeries on your back area, it's just a slow walk down. He could say, do we really need him for this Patriots game? If that's the case, we should save him. Yeah, we need him because even though Steele has turned out fine, we don't know nothing about if Knight gonna have the same effect that Steele would on the other side. And that's a good thing. That's a good place to park there, because that really ain't what I want to talk about. But since you just brought that up, let's investigate this real quick, everybody. Let's pretend that Tyron Smith is not playing. What are we gonna do? Uh, what are we gonna do? Some may say, well, Connor Williams played tackle at Texas. He's really not a guard. But do you want Connor Williams being your left tackle? A position that he's never played in the pros. That's just that case. I wouldn't want Connor Williams being my left tackle. If you bring out Mr. Knight, who's past played there, but if he's getting destroyed, then do you really want him to be your left tackle? Um, who played last year, uh, but Steele played last year, and it's obvious that Steele has improved tremendously. I'm not sure about this, but can Steele play left tackle? That's what I would like to know. I'm just throwing out some scenarios. And watch this. See, my goal would be, if Tyron Smith is not playing, some kind of way Connor McGovern has to be on that line somewhere. I know the perfect scenario for it, but it ain't gonna happen. I'm not sure if Steele can play left tackle or not. I don't know. I don't know if he's a swing tackle. I don't know. But I'm not sure, E. Kush. That's a good question, E. Kush. But at Penn State, McGovern only played the interior. He played both guard and center. He did not play tackle. I don't know if it's a matter of quickness, or don't know if he tried, but he never played tackle. I got a better one, to be honest with you, and it's the one that he don't want, but because of what's going on, we may need him there. How about that? If Steele, well, I got a better one. I just thought about it. Let me change that. I don't know if Lyle Collins has ever played. If Lyle Collins comes back and plays right tackle, and Steele, or vice versa, I don't know if Collins can play left tackle. I don't know. I know he played right tackle, but he knows the technique, but I don't know if he's ever played left tackle. I know can play guard, but if Steele can play left tackle, I don't know. I don't know. And Collins comes back at right tackle, problem solved. I take my chances. Uh, I got a better one. How about this one? How crazy this sound? If Collins, this is all predicated upon the if. E. Kush is the one that started all this. So if I'm veering off and talking crazy, so be it. It's all good. Let me say this: if Collins can play left tackle, how about Lyle Collins at left tackle, Connor McGovern at right guard, and Zach Martin at right tackle? How about that one? Actually, if you put that in, Hey, Shane. What's up, Shane? It's a discussion that needs to be had, Tyler. Yeah, the combination. So they really want to get McGovern on the field, but they're so loyal to Tyler and Connor Williams that is actually hurting McGovern. They want McGovern on the field. They do. It's just that Zach Martin not gonna sit down. Uh, Collins, when he come back in a couple weeks, there's it. And then Steele has played so well that you know it's just they just can't find the spot. The talent is there. That's why they're trying to put him at fullback and everything else because they really want him to get some playing time. And I would love for him to play it. That's why they audition him at center and all that kind of stuff. But they so loyal to their first round pick or their second round pick and don't and alienate the player. That's the problem I got. Conor McGovern needs to be on the field. But it's gonna be interesting, because to be honest with you, I'm finding it a hard way, or it doesn't make sense to pull Steele off the field right now. I mean, I'm saying so. I understand Collins is coming back, but you know, I and if that's the case, if he can play left tackle, Steele, I'm talking about. If Collins comes back at right tackle, and there's been work with Steele playing a swing tackle position, which I think he has, then I would take my chances on putting Steele at left tackle maybe for a game or so till he get right. I believe that the Cowboys would be confident with Steele playing anywhere right now. I do. And the way that we've been helping Steele on the line, that rhythm is already there. When I say help, you put a tight end over there, over there also to help Steele out on some occasions. So, Steele has done an outstanding job. The blocking schemes have been, so far right now, been actually perfect. Uh, we do what we want to do. Run block, pass block. Steele has done the job. So I'm really having a hard time seeing how they're gonna even take him off the field. That's just me. But Collins coming back, it really all depends on. I'll say this because if Smith shows any sign of anything on Sunday since he's playing, take him on out because we're gonna need him later on. Take him on out, and then we can start this train. And it's obvious. I guarantee you, they already know the answer because Tyron Smith ain't practiced this week, so they already been. We just don't know the combination, but it's already been practiced. So the question is, who is it, or what is it? Uh, they already know. It could be very well just be Knight to come in. I hate to say that. Uh, and I forgot about the older guy, Ty Nitschke or whatever his name is. I forgot about him, and he is a swing tackle. I think he's 35 years old from Buffalo, Ty Nitschke or something like that, whatever his name is. I don't know what his status is as far as health goes, but that's what we signed him for, to be a swing tackle. So none of the scenarios that I just said may not even be in play in the first place. That's just me off the top of my head. So it is. Mike says I see a change coming at center pretty soon. I'll say this, Mike. If Tyler and Connor Williams keep getting destroyed like they are inside, I wouldn't be surprised. See, underneath our dominance over running game, when it comes to pass blocking, Tyler and Connor Williams are getting manhandled up the middle. It started with Vita Vea, but Vita will do that to anybody. He's just so strong. Fletcher Cox did a little something also when they lined him up over there. So we just need to make sure that we have and they do, they have a plan in place. It won't catch them off guard. And we ought to know by now how to play without Tyron Smith in the first place. We've had enough practice. You know, it wouldn't be the first time. You know, it wouldn't be the first time. So we ought to know how to play without Tyron Smith. We ought to know. We got some of the same faces there. They ought to know who to be putting in and who not to be. Mike says, I see a change. Okay. Coming at center pretty soon. We just have to see on that. Now, this is what I want to say tonight, and I may not talk about this tomorrow at all, so I'll just do this now. We got to tip our hat to Stephen Jones and Will McClay. Will McClay in particular. McClay, Jerry for signing or go along with it, whatever the case may be. Because for the first time, it just seemed like all of our backups, the depth that we have, both sides of the ball, are all playing like NFL starters. They're not playing like backups. I mean, I'm talking about legitimate starters. KZ, Curse, Steele, Cedric Wilson. These guys have stepped up big time, for real. The transit. I mean, Neal, Cox, all these guys. Oh my God, yes. Malik Hooker. All these guys are playing at a very high level. High level. Since we're saying they're quote unquote backups. I mean, please name me five safeties that are playing better than Curse. I mean, once you get past the Honey Badger in Kansas City and Jamal Adams in Seattle, and Derwin James in Los Angeles with the Chargers, please tell me who's playing better than Curse. I'm just saying. Curse is everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we all know what Mr. Diggs is doing. That we don't have to talk about that. We know where he stands. Anthony Brown is playing pretty decent football, as I said before. But these backups, man, are clowning. Terrence Steele has proven himself. There are going to be some teams knocking at his door if we stay committed to Lyle Collins. There's going to be some teams that are going to be knocking at his door. That's going to be asking for trades for Mr. Steele. You don't get to right and left tackles don't grow on trees. The good ones. There's only a handful that are above, way above average. Then you get those ones that are pretty good. Then you get those other ones that are special. Steele is above average. He's pretty good. And if that kind of guy don't need to be sitting on the bench somewhere. So I wouldn't be surprised if some teams start come knocking at his door once the season's over with. Coaching matters. We are a prime example. AB is trending up. Didn't think that was possible. I wasn't going to give him credit, but he earned it. Andy Brown is playing pretty good ball. If you go to Pro Football Focus and look at his breakdown and stats, it's going to blow your mind. Well, you see where he stands in the league. Not the Cowboys, but in the league. It's going to blow your mind. He's not as bad as what we think. I'll just say that. You got to look it up for yourself. Go to Pro Football Focus and type in Anthony Brown's name and just look. And it's like, when he do all that? When he get all them pass deflections? When he when he get a 25 or whatever, 25.2 coverage rating and all that kind of, you know how they do it. AB is doing is he's not as bad as what we think. Uh, he's not. He got 2 picks himself this year. You know, he got more picks now than he had the last 4 or 5 years. So, I mean, the turnover bug is contagious right now. Everybody keep getting interceptions. Everybody getting fumbles and all that kind of stuff. Uh, I'm serious. We are playing at a very high level. Stephen Jones, Will McClay deserve a lot of credit because everything is looking player wise, looking absolutely great. I ain't lying. They are looking great. And I think we need to tip our hat to as of right now. Well, it's not as of right now. We know what we are doing. Uh, the guys just got to stay locked in. Uh, I can't. I got to tip my hat to Steven and Will McClay. I really do. They rolled the dice with some of these what we used to call bargain chip free agents, and y'all know how I was checking, folks. You know how I was checking. I was talking about these Jiffy Lube free agents and 7-Eleven Cracker Jack free agents. Y'all remember I was saying all that? Hey, they have showed up in a major way, major contributions everywhere. So they deserve credit for that. And it's to the point right now that you're almost comfortable with some of the backups coming in playing. You're comfortable with Malik Hooker coming in. Huh? You could say we went to Ross this year instead of Dollar General. Still cheap, but better quality. I like that. Yeah. You're not messed up if Malik Hooker starts. You're not. You're not messed up about Curse and KZ starting. You're not messed up about that. You're definitely not messed up about Steele starting. You're not messed up about Cedric Wilson. Even though Cedric Wilson's kind of a different category because we already knew he could play. You're not messed up about that. Mike says giving props to Mike McCarthy for making it all go. Translation: he's staying out of the way. And sometimes you mess yourself up by becoming a little bit too involved. Uh, he lets Kellen Moore. He stays out of Kellen Moore's way on game days. The only person that may get in Kellen Moore's way is Dak Prescott by changing the play. That's it. Mike McCarthy, the only job is to say, we going for it. That's it. It's Kellen's job to call the play or Dak's play. Dak's call to change the play. So he's out of that way. He sure ain't he ain't messing with Dan Quinn. He ain't messing with Dan Quinn. So sometimes, what's up, Gary? So sometimes it just makes sense just to stay out of the way and motivate these guys, bring order and structure. You really truly are a CEO. That's the job that Mike McCarthy has done. If you want to give him credit for that, I say give him credit. I'm giving them credit for just for so far staying out of the way. That's what I'm giving him credit for. Because he is a head coach. He's a play caller himself. Won a Super Bowl being a play caller. Uh, but he has stayed completely out of the way. This is Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott's offense. Dak Prescott is the only one that's checking out of plays. Mike McCarthy is not. Coach McCarthy is not messing with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is calling all that defense up there. So McCarthy's job is just to stay out of the way. And he's doing an excellent job at that. Now, as far as motivational skills, some may like it, some may not. We don't know what he's saying inside. We got a little glimpse of that in the Hard Knocks, however. It probably shocked y'all to see how Coach McCarthy talked. And you know, I was listening to him in Hard Knocks. I liked the way he was talking. I was getting fired up. He was cussing every sentence. Hey, you know, I mean, some of y'all saying, you like that? Yeah. That's how I grew up playing football. You say what we gonna do, and we gonna do it. We gonna hit them in the mouth and all that kind of stuff. I love that. I love that. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the doggish type talk. So I'll give you credit for that. What's that? Somebody asked me something. Who is that? Mr. Michael Harris says, what you think the future gonna be like for Kellen Moore? Oh my God. The drama will start next year, this offseason, with both Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn. You know, once you do what Kellen Moore has done the last few years, you know, it's just hard to imagine that we're gonna keep a guy like that unless there's a promise that he one day gonna be a head coach for the Dallas Cowboys. If not, there are gonna be plenty of teams that are gonna be looking for him to become a head coach. His track record says that when he's calling offense, with the exception of last year, he has a top 5 offense in the league. That's his track record. This league is an offensive trending type league. He's an excellent play caller. I mean, depending on how you look at it, the league says he's an excellent play caller. The wonder kid, that's what I'm hearing now, and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to be in high demand once this thing is over with. Soon as the coaching vacancies start, you're going to start hearing Kellen Moore. It's kind of like when Gruden got released. One of the first names you heard, Kellen Moore. It's going to be like that once guys start losing their jobs. At the end of the year, Dan Quinn name is going to be popped up. And Kellen Moore, by now, you know, young coach, great offensive mind. It's going to be hard to keep him around. No doubt about that. So that's his future is bright, Michael Harris. His future is bright. I just put it that way. Facebook is tripping. What that mean, E-Kush? Yeah. Michael Evans says Lions, Eagles, Raiders, Jazz will all come. And you might, before the year over, you're going to add a few more names to that list. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I think you're going to take the Eagles offer right now. I don't think they're going to fire him. Well, let me take it back. You might. See, the Philadelphia Eagles go out to make a hard decision. It's sitting right there for them. All they got to do is trade and get Deshaun Watson. And the problem is solved. You know, I love Jalen Hurts, but, you know, if Philly decided to trade them 3 picks they got and go get Deshaun, you can get this same team to Deshaun Watson and the Eagles. Okay, what are y'all talking about? They gave me a community guideline strike for saying Hooker as in Malik Hooker. Oh, wow. Wow. Who is there talking about it right now, Pastor? What are you talking about, Michael Evans? Who's talking? Are you talking about Philly for Deshaun? Trying to go get Deshaun Watson? Yeah. If that's what you're talking about, it makes sense, to be honest with you. Lord knows I don't want Deshaun Watson in our division. Because Philly, you give Deshaun this same team, I guarantee you they probably 4-1. Firing their head coach. Are you talking about Philly? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. They fired the Super Bowl coach just won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So, in Philly, they fired him. So, yeah, you may be absolutely right. I'm not knocking it. So, I think we just need to we'll tackle all that once yeah, it's a waste. Yeah, exactly. Talking about Philly. We just got to kind of wait. Our problems will begin with coaching next year. On a selfish note, I really would hate Dak to lose Kellen Moore and start all over again. That's what the real problem gonna be at. And I know Kellen had dreams of becoming the head coach, so you can't knock him for that. Can't knock him for that and all that. But I got a feeling based off you've heard Dak talk about it in the interviews that Dak says, him and Kellen have been close even when Kellen was playing and his mind and all that kind of stuff. So really, to be honest with you, this is really all that Dak really knows is Kellen Moore. I don't care what you say. I don't care how great a player you are. Yeah, you can adjust. Um, you know, yeah, you talking about Philly. That's what you said me drop past that. Yeah. Yep, it is. But a certain player can elevate your whole game. I really believe you keep this same exact roster. You put Deshaun there, and it's a whole different ball game. Shane said, "What kind of punishment do you see coming for the Washington football team for the Gruden emails and investigation?" Nothing. They've already punished Washington. That's dead. Um, they've already tried to sweep every. You don't really hear too much about it no more. They already said that they're not going to release the 650,000 emails, so they're trying to push it under the rug. They're not being forced to do it. That's another whole story within itself. Like, why aren't you doing it? When it came to the players' business, you put that out in the street real quick. The names on that list are, that's a long list. Put everybody else's business out there. Why are we not putting out what Gruden said? You see what I'm saying? That's another whole topic within itself, Shane. You put Ezekiel Elliott business out there. You put Ray Rice business out there. You put, good Lord, everybody business. You put Tom Brady business out there when he got suspended. When he was in New England a couple of years ago, you put that out there. You put everybody business, but now since it's such a touchy subject, because please understand, if you believe that it was one email talking about D. Smith and his big lips, exactly, Michael Evans, Adrian Peterson, put Adrian Peterson, his family business, how he controlled his son, or how he disciplined his son, put that all out there. Suspended him. Oh my God, Deshaun, thank you, Mike. Help me here. Deshaun Watson, you put all this stuff up there. You ain't say nothing, but you protected Robert Kraft, though. Wow. For this potentially the same thing. Deshaun went to a massage parlor. Robert Kraft went to a massage parlor. Robert Kraft stuff went swept under the rug. Nobody don't even talk about that no more. Deshaun Watson name all over the country, suffering now because of it. See, you see, that's why I say, Shane, it's another whole different conversation right there. That ain't sports related. It's not sports related. It's a sports figure, but we're talking semantics now. We're talking uh, race. We're talking. What's the other word? I'll just leave it alone. I just leave it alone. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They don't want that out there, Shane. Shane, they don't want it's look, Shane, look, it's 650,000 emails between a group of people that talk like what the little bit that we learned. Please understand there's way more talk like that found within those 650,000 emails. They don't want that out there because there's probably some things that were said even worse than the big lips and talking about gay people and talking about women and talking about the guys who were kneeling on it for the flag and all that kind of stuff. The national anthem controversy. It's plenty of other conversation there that they don't even want out there because there's probably usually the group grows. What you've heard this week from this, you've heard about 4 or 5 names. See what I'm saying? You got 650,000 emails. It's some more names that are coming out of there. They don't want that because it's gonna hurt some folks. Because it's gonna reveal some stuff about some people. And if they got rid of Gruden, if some of these other names come up, they gonna lose their job too. Yeah, you gonna lose your job because you done fake the funk. And what the emails reveal uh, is John Gruden. It showed really who he really is. Some people have see. I've always said this. I guess I'm going there now a little bit. Uh, see, I don't mind. As crazy as it may sound, I in a way somewhat respect the Ku Klux Klan or the Proud Boys or any other racial group that don't like black people. At least I know where you stand when I look at you because you're gonna make it very clear to me from the beginning you don't like my type of people. At least I know where you stand. I know how to deal with you then. It's the what I've called closet races, the John Grudens of the world, where they have enough professionalism on the inside of them that they know how to fake for years. They know how to fake it for years. They'll shake your hand. They'll talk about your family. They'll sit there eye to eye with you and laugh with you and go to dinner with you and they'll do all that. But just as soon as you turn your back, they'll tell somebody else what they really feel about you. And John Gruden, all them years he did that John Gruden's quarterback club. I'm just imagining all the black quarterbacks from college that he had in there. He ain't too fond of black people. I'm just saying. We know he's not too fond of the LGBTQT community. We know that. We know that he didn't like the players protesting. Most of them were black players. We know that. Saw those emails. That's why a lot of black people that played for him, you're hearing them, except Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson, who won the Super Bowl with him, say, I knew he was like this all the time. That's what he said. Y'all pull up Keyshawn Johnson just if on YouTube and Just type in Keyshawn Johnson and John Gruden. Just see what he said when he playing with him. He said he could see through it. So that's a shame. That's another whole left field conversation that does not have it's sports related because hey, what's up, good, bad, and ugly truth? What's up, Rod? I see you on Podbean. It's another whole conversation that's not related really to sports. Is because it's sports figures in it, but it's really a race conversation or discrimination conversation, however which way you want to look at it. That's what I think about it on that part. The worst people in this world, to me, well, I ain't gonna say in the world, I'm saying one of the worst set of people are closet racists. And all of us are dealing with them on an everyday basis. All of us. We shake hands with them every day. So, I don't know. It's a reason why the NFL don't want to release those emails. Let me just say that. They're trying to save people. So, I will leave that one alone tonight because I ain't really want to talk about that. It's until the heart changes. I just say I'll close at least on that part. Until the heart changes, things will never change. And when you start talking about the area of racism, only God himself can change the mind of a racist because racism is so deep and it's so much into the DNA of this country and other countries. Shane said, I was just curious about the ramifications for the football team. Shane, you done let me talk all over that, and you just want to know about the ramifications for the football team. We'll never know, Shane, because they're gonna sweep that under the rug. They eliminated that by saying, now here's the kicker. Now with the New York Times, Shane, the New York Times and the Washington Post, now what they decide to leak out. Now that's the NFL may not let it go, but somebody has those emails and they always find a way to get leaked. So somebody gonna leak something. Now the ramifications for the football team is sometimes, Shane, until something gets revealed, then the public pressure will come to the Washington football team then, and they may end up have to make us. If it's something racial in there, and if some higher ups were involved in some of these emails, they got to go too. You may not have a front office by the time all the emails come out, and that include the owner. You understand what I'm saying? We don't know. I'm not even accused. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying it's a reason why they don't want it to come out. It's way more people than the 4 to 5 names that we heard talking about the co-owner of Hooters and now look, it's way more people involved in that. Way more. You may have some ESPN. John Gruden worked at ESPN at the time. You may have some of these guys at ESPN may be in on this stuff. Huh? I'm serious. So I mean, it ain't no telling who involved. Ain't no telling who involved. And exactly, Hot Rod on Podbean. Listen, they don't want this stuff out. and whoever was involved in it, because they already know. Please understand, on that very next day, they was erasing emails out their computer. They was doing all that kind of stuff, even though you can pull it up again. But they were covering their butts tremendously because they already know, because they saw the results. Gruden, $10 million a year, gone down the drain. He signed a 10-year, $100 million contract. Contract dead. So they already see. Lost your job. Gruden would never coach again. Gruden would never be an analyst again. It's like I said on another show. Gruden, the only chance he got, because anybody can do a podcast. Nothing can stop you from that. That's his only way. What's up, Gary? I see. That's the only way. But Gruden, so the people that are in these 650,000 emails, they want it to be under the rug because they already see the results. We're living in a very touchy situation. We're living in a very touchy country where you cannot say anything about anybody. Well, let me take that back. Now, y'all ain't gonna like what I'm about to say now. I said it the other day, and I'll say it again. And let the chips fall where they may. When Gruden said what he said about Mr. Smith, a black man, nothing happened. Davis had the information before that Sunday. They say that he had the information on that Thursday. The Raiders played on Sunday. Nothing happened. He tried to sweep it under the rug. Jon Gruden got in front of it, say, look, I don't remember what I said from 2011. I apologize to D. Smith, and I'm not that guy. I'm not that person. I'm not this guy. I'm not, I don't do that. I'm not, I don't do nothing like that. I'm sorry. And I hope that everyone accepts my apology. D. Smith come back and said, oh, it's a whole lot more to this. That's really what he was saying. That wasn't his words, but that's kind of what he was saying. D. Smith knew this was going to turn out to be. So they swept it under the rug. It wasn't until that they found out he said something about called Michael Sam a queer person. Oh, he had to lose his job then. So let the record show. You can say something about a black man. Huh? That's it. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all go back on the timeline. They tried to sweep it under the rug, Gruden. They put hey, you need to go apologize, and that'll be it. That's all you do is apologize. And at the same time, what Mr. Davis, the owner of the Raiders, was not expecting was that there were emails sent from 2011 to 2018. So it was more than just that one email. Jon Gruden been on the tear for 7, 8 years talking like this. That's the part that they want to find out. Once that came out, they had no choice. Mr. Davis didn't have no choice. He didn't want to do it, but he had to let him go. He had to get him out of there because they tried to sweep it under the rug. They couldn't sweep it no more. It's too much trash there. You can't sweep it all under the rug then. So I'll take it back. You can say something to the black man, and it is what it is. But if you say something about the LGBTQ community or whatever, oh my God, you through. If you talking about as many women's groups that there are across this country fighting for equality and everything, you say something bad about a woman, like Gruden said, oh God, you got to go. You can say what you want to about the black man, but you can't say nothing about the women and the LGBT community. You can't say that. That's what got Gruden out of there. Gruden didn't want to lose that. What man do you know? What everybody talking about? Oh, he resigned. He didn't resign. He got fired. What man do you know will give up $10 million a year. No man ain't want to get it. He could say that's because LGBT are major donors to the Democratic National Convention. I don't know nothing about that. I'm not saying you're lying or wrong. I just don't know about that. You probably are right or whatever the case may be. But you can't say nothing about that. You can't say nothing about it. You can't. Exactly, Gary. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. They say resign so they can negotiate a buyout. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case because one thing about it, they take care. That was his friend. He gonna take care of his friend. So, but let the record show. However, y'all, some of y'all, they're gonna be looking at this on replay. It is what it is. I told you, I ain't scared to say it. If it's the truth, it's just the truth. He said that about the black man. They tried to sweep it across the rug, under the rug, have him jump in front by apologizing. He did that. Nothing happened. Everything was cool. He coached the Raiders on that Sunday. Everything was cool until the other emails came out. Called him to the office. Hey man, I'm sorry. You got to go. No, we're not gonna survive this. We can't handle this public relations part that's about to happen here. We'll be answering for this for the rest of the season. And if you stay here, it's only going to get way worse. So, it is what it is. Now, the other thing, since we're here, the cover up is what's killing me. I don't like, Gruden talked about the commissioner. Ain't no telling what he said about him. Talked about him bad. I mean, I want to know why you don't reveal it all. You reveal everything else about everybody else. Why are we not revealing this? That's the question. Because it's just because there's a whole bunch of people gonna go down. You don't want that, and therefore, guess what? Because you don't want to reveal it all, and the people that are involved, guess what? The closet racists, those closet racists that are in there, just become a little bit stronger. They're still walking the halls. They're still shaking hands. They still wide open. It's gonna take God. It's going to take God to change. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And this, I'm all football. Y'all, for those that are with me, hey, check me out tomorrow. We'll be talking football, but I don't know who that is that put me on this. I think it was Bruce Shane who was on there, who put me all on this, got me flowing there. For those that are Bible believers, everybody may not be on here, and that's fine. But for those that are Bible believers, racism was in the Bible, in the Bible days. It just didn't start with Dr. King and the civil rights movement. It didn't even start with slavery. It's in the Bible days. Check your Bible, read your Bible, figure it out. I ain't got time to tell that whole lesson. It's all yeah. Well, Gary, you're absolutely right, and I didn't have to do that on Podbean one day. We because people don't understand. People think that it started with Jim Crow and Bible has been when they say the Jews and the Gentiles. The Jews didn't want people to associate themselves with the Gentiles. The disciples themselves got mad at the Apostle Peter for for congregating and eating with the Gentiles. I mean, that's discrimination right there. I'm talking about the other apostles. I'm talking about Jesus believers. So it's all, it's in the DNA of this world. And I said all that to say this: God can do anything. He just ain't. He just hadn't erased racism. It's been passed down, obviously, from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation to generation to generation, and to the next generation, to the next generation. And no, Shane, he's good. This is good talk. Uh, it's good talk. It really is. And if we could just change one heart, that makes the world a better place. If and here's another truth, Shane. We all got racism in us in some, and I ain't just talking white people. I'm talking black people too. We all got it. We do. We do. We have stereotypes that we believe in. We charge people uh, for nothing. We got it. We all need to check it out. I mean, you know, black people when it comes to racism are somewhat responsive. We usually don't start immediately talking about. See, we can't have hate groups, and you'll get some white people say that the NAACP is a hate group and all that. No, and you're trying to compare it to the skinheads and the Ku Klux Klan. The NAACP ain't about that. Its response is to the unfair treatment and all that. Now, if you call that a hate group, then you don't know what the history is. Uh, it's really that simple. Black people don't do that. White, if black people uh, acted like the Ku Klux Klan, racism would have a dent in it, because the police and the National Guard and the and and the U.S. Army and everybody else would make sure that we don't act like that. When the Black Panthers, for instance, were in existence, that was a problem for this country. We didn't have the same liberties that the Ku Klux Klan had, the freedoms that they had in showing their hate. And the Black Panthers didn't do that. Now they put a stop to that real quick. Let's just have common senses up there. If black people would have marched, well, we tried it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't try it, but if black people would have been at the U.S. Capitol, like all them hate groups were at the U.S. Capitol for the insurrection, please understand that would have been bucket. They'd still be putting bleach on the concrete now, trying to clean up the blood stains from everybody shooting all them black people. If that would have been us, y'all know that. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. See, we can't do that. We can't do that. When the black men walked up there for the Million Man March and all that, man, you couldn't walk in Washington without seeing a policeman there, because they weren't gonna let. They were, and they came in peace. They came and got to the Washington Monument and they sat there and listened to all the speakers, and they turned around and went home. That's what they did. But Lord have mercy, the security that was there. Ooh-wee. The people who came for the insurrection, they said, "Yeah, yeah, come on, walk in. Come on. Just have your way. Yeah, go ahead. Tie it up." See, we can't do it. You know, it's exactly. Oh my God, you already know. I'm just saying these are the small things that that are prevalent and are real. You may not want to admit it, but the truth is the truth. So to go back to sports, my question is still when it came to Ray Rice, when it came to Ezekiel Elliott, when he got suspended, when it came to Tom Brady and he got suspended, when it came to Deshaun Watson and he got suspended. Why did they broadcast everything? Then we get to these 650,000 emails. The NFL have already said we're not releasing it. Why? 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 That's my question. Why not? What's good for the goose is good for the game. If you put all that out, why didn't you wait? What, huh? We need to know. John Gruden ain't the only one. John Gruden is not the only one. It's probably a nice little trail. 650,000 emails? 650,000 in a 7-year span? Talking about folks and talking about, come on, man. Bruce Allen, yeah. See, it's way, it's a lot of heads gonna get cracked. Come on now. They don't want that. They don't want it. So they're gonna protect their guys. And those same guys are gonna get other jobs, and those same guys, there'll be no punishment. And same guys, the only lesson is that the only lesson they gonna learn is say, hey, we ain't doing no paper trails. We're gonna keep saying the same thing, man. But we just ain't gonna put no paper trail on it. That's what we learned out of this. We ain't worried about the heart changing. No. We still believe that the black folks are this. We still believe that gay people are that. We still believe that whatever else. We ain't worried about that. What we learned is don't put it on paper. And if that's all they learned, then what has really changed? Nothing. That's all they learned. That's it. Since the NFL is going to keep them under lock and key, that's it. I'll close with this. Because y'all got me now to tune in tomorrow, y'all. I know y'all, we somewhat enjoying this or whatever. At least I think some of you are. But tomorrow, we talking football and the Patriots tomorrow. I'll close with this. I put something out on my page yesterday that we just living in a funny time as far as reaction goes. See, when you say it's nothing wrong and you see stuff and you side with it, you got to be careful what you say, because what you say shows where you identify about the subject. And sometimes silence even shows where you stand about the subject. So now, y'all, if y'all don't know, if you are my friends, go to my page, you'll see it. So now, we have DC Comics. If you don't know DC Comics is been existing for hundreds of years, about over 100 years now. DC Comics has their superheroes, the Justice League of America. So think about all the heroes, superheroes that are affiliated with that. That's, if you don't know DC Comics, that's the Super Friends, and most of you seen the Justice League movie. So all those characters, some of the characters hadn't been revealed yet. If you're old enough, you remember the challenge of the Super Friends cartoon that's happened in the 70s, and that's Superman and Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, Flash, Hawkman, Apache Chief, Aquaman, all Samurai, that guy, Black Lightning. What was his name? Black. Was his name Black Lightning? I think so. Black Lightning, the one who used to wear the dark suit with the thunderbolts. Some of y'all too young. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Shazam. All those are the family of DC Comics. All those guys. And it's to be inclusive. Now, they have I feel some foolishness about to come out of it now. I hope y'all stay with me. I feel it. Black Lightning, exactly. Green Arrow, the Green Lantern. Thank you, Rod. All those are members of the DC comic family. I mean, see, so I got some folks here who grew up obviously watching what I was watching. All those are members of DC comic. Now, for all these years, I feel the foolishness coming. So here I go, y'all. Superman only liked one woman. That's what the comic books say. He had a soft spot for Lois Lane. Everybody know that. However, DC Comics kept things as a superhero. Superman in the older days, until the movie came out with Christopher Reeve, when Superman gave, I believe that was Superman 2. The movie, yes, Superman 2, where Superman gave up his powers to General Zod and the other two people. And he gave up his powers for Lois Lane. So that was the first initial thing that showed Superman having, a human side as far as wanting a woman. It was Lois. That was it. It was Mike said it was two women. You got to show me the other. Well, I got one in mind, but I don't think that's right. But you got to tell me the other one, Mike. I just know he had a feeling for Lois. Now, if you watch, there's a show on now on the CW network. It's called Clark and Lois, or Superman and Lois, one or the other, where Superman has actually married Lois Lane. It's on TV. Come on every week now. Okay. And they have children. So DC Comics signed on to this show. Exactly, Mike. I was coming there. Mike say Wonder Woman. There's no real evidence say he liked her in that fashion. But I'm coming back to that in a second. With Superman and Lois, DC Comics obviously have allowed this to where they can do a TV show and showing that they have children. And on the show, I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know if this what I'm about to say is true or not. But one of the children I do know has some powers. Being a descendant of Krypton, where Superman is from, he has some powers. The other child does not, but this one does. He don't have all the powers of Superman, but he's got the heat vision and stuff can't hurt him if it fall on him, all that kind of stuff. The comic book, however, make a long story short, took it to another level that I shared on my page. They had the son of Superman. Now this is not Superman. This is the son of Superman. Has the uniform, kind of looks like him. Y'all go to my page and look at it. Now all of a sudden, he's there, and they have said that the son of Superman, is bisexual. Now this is the comic book, y'all. Got a picture of him kissing another young man. Comic books. Let me say it one more time. The comic books. Not saying, So now what we come to is we're trying to force something even in comic book land. That is not right. It's not right. And I know that's going to offend some people, It's not right. As a preacher, see, here it is right here. And some of my preaching buddies are guilty of this. Some of my preaching buddies are not saying what God said. It's in the book. It's in the Bible. His stances are in the Bible. His standards are in the Bible. His model of a family is in the Bible. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. It's in Genesis. It's there. It's there. The model family is in Genesis. Can't deny it. His stances when it comes to homosexuality, homosexual activity is very clear. It's in the Bible. And for preachers to try to add to it and rewrite it and do all that kind of stuff is a slap in the face to God. Our job is not to come and rewrite the Bible. Our job is just to report what has been said. We're just carrier of the news. Our job is not to rewrite it. God and say what God has not said. Our job is to say what God has said, and then add on some revelation knowledge with it. That's our job, not to make up stuff that ain't there. No. That's not our job. And for the world loves it. Some folks love it. But it's in the comic books now. It's in the comic books. And it ain't right. It's not right. So, you have to be careful, even on that note, of how what I'm saying on Facebook in a way, because somebody could come out and say, report me for saying I said this and I said that. And before you know it, you're in Facebook jail. It's the world we live in now. You can say something to black folks, keep your job, clock right in the next morning. You say something about women or you say something about the LGBT community, you be in the unemployment line. That's the world we live in now. It really is. It really is. All right. I'm done. I ain't want to go there. I thought I was about to do some foolish stuff, but I don't even have the tone for it. I don't even have the tone for it. I don't even have the tone for it. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all check me out tomorrow, 3 p.m., okay? 3 p.m. Podbean, Rod, who else on here? Miss Ty, yeah. Appreciate y'all. I mean, god dang. I mean, Superman's son, good Lord of mercy. All them women around there, my God. Come on, man. Fine Wonder Womans. Look, from now on, look. DC done said Superman had a son. Go dig up the soldier that liked Wonder Woman. What was the boy's name? Trevor, whatever his name is. Go back and say that dude and Wonder Woman had a kid. Let Superman's son find Wonder Woman's daughter. I mean, since we doing this now, let's just start over again. Get Superman Wonder Woman's daughter, and they can, keep the train going. Give. Look, please. Since the superheroes is messing with mere humans now, somebody. Wonder Woman, all this, she was 100 years old, 120. Still looked like she looked like. She never aged. So that means she can get mess with some young man. Let Wonder Woman mess with some young dude and have a child or whatever. Let them have children and give Superman a chance. It's the new Superman. So he continue the line. Cause see, in comic book land or in real life, I'll close with this. You still can't fight nature. See, Superman and the young man, whoever he's with, the new Superman, you can't produce nothing. So that's the end of that relationship right there. The two young men together. Ain't no offspring coming out of this. Let's try to keep the comic books with some humanity in it. Give Superman. I better get off here. I better stop. All right, man, I better get off here. Let's just stop. Rod, y'all better come on, get me, man. Just tired. You there? Come on, get me, because I feel it now. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah. Look. Just. Let's get ahead. Whoever the women superheroes are, Batgirl, and Spider Woman, let them have children, so we can try to keep at least a woman in DC Comics. Because if we start doing Superman with Billy and Wonder Woman with Wonder Girl, and I mean, let's get it back, because it ain't gonna be no more comic book, cause it's stopping. Yeah, Catwoman. Yeah, there you go. Let's get Batman and Catwoman together, so we can keep it going. You know, this ain't gonna work. I don't know. Be fruitful and multiply. It ain't happening. It ain't happening with. You might be fruitful, but that multiply part ain't gonna. Depending on what your version of fruit is. I'm just saying. The multiply part is out the question. It's no multiplication. It's zero minus zero equals zero when this happens. It ain't no zero plus zero equal 3. No, it ain't. That ain't how it works. Even in comic book land, even in comic book land, it's no reproduction. Boy, y'all don't like me in here. That it's no way. There's no way. There's no way. You forever linked to the adoption agency. Yeah. It's a touchy subject, Rod, because you can, but when you, and I'm talking to another believer in Christ who's a Rod, you a preacher, right? I need to make sure I'm telling you. Rod, are you a preacher, or you just a believer that know a whole lot more than some preachers? Which one are you? Are you a preacher? You're not a preacher. Okay. Well, let me do this. As a preacher, exactly. I can't. This ain't got nothing to do with my feelings. Is to me, the call is more important than my feelings. I'm a defender of the word of God. I know what it says. I have to represent what God says. I can't change it. Now, you have to be careful when you believe in Christ, but you kind of got one foot in the world too. Because if you're not careful, you'll be trying to justify, and I'm not talking about you, Rod. I'm just saying those that do. You'll be trying to justify and say why this is right. You'll be saying stuff, well, you love who you love. God is love. Love don't have no gender. Love don't have no, see, and that's wrong. But still, you're saying that, but the model family is in Genesis. No, Adam got put to sleep. God put Adam to sleep. He put Adam to sleep for a reason. Adam was asleep. God made Eve out from Adam. Adam wakes up, looks at the woman, something chemically goes on in his body, and he says, Lord, have mercy. This is bone of my bone. Oh my God. Flesh of my flesh. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. Something inside, because God put that feeling on the inside of Adam while he was asleep, so that when he sees her, he gets excited. When Eve sees him, she gets excited. They come together in a way that we all know about. They come together, and children are born, and the family is there. And the desire to get back with Eve in that fashion again is always there. That's why the truth of the matter is, that's why you and I are here looking at me on this podcast, because that feeling that Adam had still is in the earth today. Man sees woman, woman sees man, man likes woman, man approaches woman, woman sometimes approaches man, they go out on dates, they get in together sooner or later, whether it's by marriage, girlfriend or boyfriend, they become close, they become intimate, whatever, and there it is. Multiplication takes place. Somebody may say, well, he don't know, he don't know what he is. He go to the bathroom. That'll tell you. God don't make no mistakes. He like that guy over there. God showed you what way it's supposed to be. That's in Genesis. I'm through. Y'all got me halfway teaching. I don't want to be preaching tonight, but there it is. All right, God bless you. See you tomorrow, 3 p.m. The big time show coming live. We talking about the Patriots. Man, this is such a difference. I'm gonna be in a total different world talking about the Patriots tomorrow. Y'all got me talking like this. They show where I want to go. The man that had me here was Shane. Shane done left me. He left me hanging. I think Shane is gone. I think he's gone. Hey, I appreciate you guys hanging with him on my little tirade, I guess. All right. See you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. Live everywhere. All right. For those that are still here, you know how we ended. All right. You know how we ended. It make no difference to me. Put your hands together. Put your hands on it. Those that don't mind rocking with me. Yeah, it's like, Rod, how about the cow? We're going to do it tomorrow. Look, don't ask me nothing about this tomorrow. Rod, if you doing a show on this topic, let me in. Let me in, or I'm definitely going to listen to you. Let me put it that way. Let me in. You know me. I'll bring it to you the way it's supposed to be brought. So let it whatsoever, however it be. It's a real touchy situation. It really is. It really is it really, what used to be solid and concrete now has a lot of question marks. And that's where the problem is. It's a different world. Same God, but a different world. Bible ain't changed in thousands of years. Psalm 23 stays the same thing it did 1,000 years ago. The Lord is my shepherd. It ain't, I shall not want. It ain't changed. We done changed the word. We done changed what love is. God hadn't. Jesus Christ the same yesterday, today, and forever. I'm done. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. This is the one and only. Yes, it is. A person who ain't scared. This is the Big Time Show. Y'all might as well clap your hands. It's just me. It's just a rah-rah this time. It's just us. Y'all might as well just clap your hands. They can't hear me on Facebook and Twitch and Twitter. It's just, hey, why people carry me here? Y'all, why everybody put me there? Why everybody want me to talk like this? I'm trying to talk about the guy before one of the great preachers. I can't run from it, I guess. Go have a good time